Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Eileen. So I figured I'd bring you guys along, craft with me. I'm working on the cookie cooling rack stamp and die set from Kscraft, and I'll show you the dies that I used. So this is the stamp and die set. I shared this in a previous video. This is what I used to create the base and to cut out the word cookies. And I also pulled in some of the new shadow words in the recent release. This is, she has Santa's helper and also cookie tester. And I used Santa from the Santa's helper, and then I used cookie tester from the words, the shadow words. Okay, and then from the gingerbread add-on set for the ice cream parlor, they had a chocolate chip cookie die set in here, and also a really tiny Christmas tree with some frosting or some squiggles to look like frosting, and then also a really tiny gingerbread man right there. So I used those 3 dies from the add-on set. I also used the gingerbread, the small gingerbread bag topper. I didn't use the bag topper part. I just used the gingerbread and all the details that came with it. So looks like this. It's the small part, layering piece, and here's the face. I did use that, and I also used the little finishing touches for the gingerbread. Okay. The hardest part is trying not to lose these itty bitty tiny pieces. All right, so let's start with this little guy or girl. I cut the cookie parts out of foam. You can hardly see the details on camera, but in person you can see it better. There's supposed to be a stitching detail that goes all the way around the gingerbread. On the foam, it doesn't really show. Now, if you cut this out of paper, it would have, showed up better. But I cut it out of foam for the white and for the brown. And then for the details, I used glitter cardstock. Literally just the scraps. So I used the scraps for my little gingerbread. And I cut the bow out twice for her little bows in her hair. Show that she's a little girl. This little detail is supposed to go on the top of the head, but I used it as a collar for her little, neck. So here's where I modified it. I cut Santa's helper. I cut the helper part out, or I didn't cut the helper part out. I only cut out Santa's, and then I cut out cookie tester. So I put Santa's cookie tester, and then I stuck them onto a pick from Dollar Tree. This is from the Valentine's release. It's a food pick. Several of us use it for flags, so I used it for that, and it's got the little pink heart. I added a little layer of foam so that the toothpick part, would be able to lay flat when I add it to our base. Whoops. So here is the main die from the stamp and die set, the cooling rack. Here's the stamp, here is the die part. But for this one, I did take some Nuvo drops or stickles. I did use some stickles from my stash. It's black diamond. And I've only went around the outline and all the vertical lines on the cooling rack. I didn't want to go through the horizontal lines, mainly because it was already taking so long for this to dry, which is why I'm making a video. I had to wait for this to dry, and then we could put this all together. So let me just pick this up. These are the little pieces I told you about that I pulled from the other die sets. The little Christmas tree and the little gingerbread is from the add-on for the ice cream parlor. And then the cookie part is also from the ice cream parlor. Now the alphas, you can't really see it, or it's hard to see. There you go. hard to see because it's the same color as the background. I did stamp this one in the brown with the distressed ink, which is tea dye. I used that to test on this one. But when I put my cookies together, I was like, I don't know. I wanted it to pop off of the cooling rack. So that I was trying to take another step. But anyway, before I forget, I did use my cooking utensils from Scrap Diva Designs. I just cut all these main utensils right here. And you get the rolling pin, the spatula, the slotted spoon, flipper thingamajig, and then a slotted flipper. And then you have a whisk. I thought these would be appropriate for our cookie baking. So I cut them out of pink foam. And they're just going to be in the background. So let's get started. I just want to assemble it. So I have an idea of what I want to do when I lay it out. I just laid it on this one because this was taking forever to dry. And so this is where I want my cookie girl, my cookie tester. And basically that's what I want it to look like. And then, oh yeah, the last thing I did, because I wanted another outline for our cooling rack, I just took the pink foam and I used the die itself. And then I just traced the outside rather than the inside. So the outside could be give it a little bit more, larger size. And that was just enough to highlight the little cooling rack. Okay, so now I'm going to glue everything down with my hot glue. I'm just going to use hot glue. And basically what you see on the brown is what I'm going to do with this. Okay, so there you go. That's where I'm gonna put it. Put some here and put some, oops, oh boy, that's a hot mess, but I'm gonna use it and just go with it. And I put glue where I shouldn't have. Yep, there you go. Got a little spillage, but I'll let that glue dry and then I'll pull it off my mat. So this mat that I have here underneath, it's not a craft mat. It's a mouse pad, actually. Those oversized desk mouse pads. And I just picked this one up of Amazon and it's already got some scratches on it because it's not a craft mat. So I got to find another solution because although it's a pretty color, I love the color. Yeah, it's not doing what I need it to do. So I can clean that off later. I'll clean this off later. I'm going to add my cookies. So the O, I told you this, they had the chocolate chip cookies from the add-on set. I glued it onto the alpha, the O itself. I stamped and die cut the O's. So I just took those cookies and glued it there. So here, I'm going to use some hot glue because now I have the texture from the stickles. And so let's hope I could get it into place so I don't have to move everything around again. So that's what the chocolate chip cookie looks like. You can see the stamped image underneath. That's what it looks like on the bottom. So you don't need a lot, but I tend to overdo the hot glue. A little too much. That's okay. All right. And I don't know, since I stamped it with the tea dye color, I figured I'm just gonna leave it and not worry too much about it. Leave it as it is. There we go. And see, I didn't stamp it all perfect, but that's okay. This is all the first time doing all this, so however my cookies fall on this cooling rack is fine with me. There we go. I was considering doing a live today, but I kind of ran out of time. So just do video recording. It'll be okay. This should be fine. Can you guys even see? Let me move it up more. Okay. And I'm just going to fill in my cookies. Oh, and for the frosting on top of the little gingerbread, I used my Nuvo drops, and I'll show you which one I used once I get it glued down. For the tree, I just cut it out of foam because it was simple enough. The gingerbread man, he didn't have any details, so I just used the Nuvo drops. Let me grab the Nuvo drops that I used. Here's the Nuvo crystal drops, and it's simply white. Nuvo crystal drops. Okay. Oh, and this is the color I used for my chocolate chips because I don't have brown. Crystal drops in the color Antique Rose. So that's what I did on that one. And so our cookie cooling rack is dry. Look at how cute. So I think I might layer on some paper on these, but so add a little spatula here, like that. I might layer some paper on, I don't know. And then the wanted to add the whisk and the rolling pin, like behind on this side right here. I mean, I don't know, just laying it on and seeing how I like it. I might have to find some paper just to add to our background like that. What do you guys think? What do you think? She got all the tools. She looked like a ninja. But yeah, I might use the pink glitter. Let me see. I really wanted to use these, but it's a little overkill, I think. Let me find some paper. Maybe I'll just use glitter. Maybe I'll just use some glitter. What do you think? All right. So to do my layering pieces, I do have to break this out again. Oh gosh. And they're stuck. Okay. There we go. It's kind of ripped. It's been well loved. It's been well loved. So I'm going to find some glitter enough to cover this. Or maybe gold? No, I don't like that gold. Let's see. Let's see my scraps. Let's see if I have a pink cardstock. See this one. Let's see. Here's a different pink. It's a darker pink. Let's see. We're just gonna test it and see if we like it, and get going, because it's gonna take a minute. Let me come back. So I cut them out. I didn't lay it on there really properly, but it's okay. We're gonna figure it out. Get this put together and see if we really want to use it. Okay. And some of these are slotted. I don't think they cut all the way through. Yes to this one. Gonna use some regular glue and just glue it down. Okay. There we go. Okay. And just lay it on. That's cute. Cute, cute, cute. And just leave it alone. Let it dry. Okay, so this one, oh, this one didn't cut out right. We're gonna do this. So we'll put this right back in here and hope for the best. I don't think it cut through, but oh yes, it did. Yay! It'll go back and forth on it. Okay. All right, we get to use it. The whisk. All right. Get this on. Get this on, get this on. The one thing I don't have is the die that had all those cookies, you know. Kscraft had a die with some cookies. Like different shape style cookies. I'm glad she did have these little miniature cookies. That worked out perfect. So now do we want her to hold the whisk or the spatula? Which one? I think give her the whisk. Give her the spatula. Okay. Just perfect. Okay. Girl. It's gonna barely make it. Okay, we're gonna put a dab of glue right there and right there. Okay. Cute. Get our little rolling pin. Honestly, I don't know where to put the rolling pin. Where would it look right? that. If I take this cookie off, it looks so crowded already. We're going to save that for a different project and just go with this. Oops. Okay. These guys can go here. These guys can go here, and put this into the extra bucket. All right, so that is it, guys. I really just wanted to put this together and see what I could come up with. I might put this on the gingerbread parlor, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I gotta see what paper collections I'm gonna work with, and then get to cutting up some of these newer dies that I just got in from Kscraft. So if you're wondering, this is not Kscraft. This is Scrap Diva Designs, and it comes with the pot set, the utensils, and all the tools, all the accoutrements you need for your kitchen. Yeah. And so, okay, this is not going to work. And so this is mainly Kscraft's, all the dies, and I showed you everything that I used to put it together. I just hope you like it too. This has been so fun. Look at the glitter on the cooling rack. So pretty. And she thick. Multiple layers. Santa's cookie tester. All right. That is it, guys. Thank you all for watching. If you're new here, welcome. Please hit the subscribe button and join the crafty family. And while you're there, hit the notification bell. That will let you know when I load a new video like this, or when I go live here on my channel. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It just really helps my little channel to grow. And that is everybody's main goal here, is to grow their little YouTube channels. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.